Welcome to the Real Estate Newsroom. Today's headlines, guys, is very alarming. Please cover your eyes if you are afraid to see violence. Let's take a look.
Landlord shoved down the stairs by a tenant when he went to collect the rent. That tenant is now under arrest tonight. Eyewitness News reporter Lucy Yang at 115th Precinct Station House in Jackson Heights.
New York, bro.
The video is so shocking.
He going to collect his rent.
We will not show the moment his head smashes onto the concrete.
We didn't expect this to ever happen.
Crazy.
A dream, a nightmare.
71-year-old Edgar Moncayo was simply trying to collect rent from one of his tenants Sunday afternoon. We're told the renter had missed at least a month's payment, had given the landlord problems, and was threatening to leave without paying. The house is on 102nd Street in Corona, Queens.
Yo, bro. 1 month is like, are you going to your tenant's house after a month late?
First, I'm not going to my tenant's house at all.
Period.
One, I'm not going to my tenant's house. Second, there's only about 2 tenants that actually know, there are 3 tenants that actually know who I am.
Yeah.
And 4, people don't understand, here's the thing, people don't understand that you don't have to do all this physical stuff. An amount of time, an amount of energy, and also cost that you're about to spend, you can literally pay a lawyer $1,500 and they'll go ahead and start the process for you without you actually having to go ahead and handle a lot of this stuff like they doing.
I don't know if he's older. He's 71, right?
He old school with it.
Sad story. Like, I never want to hear anything like that from a landlord. But it looked like he was just going to collect the rent. Mm-hmm. Dude shoved him, and he just he fell and hit his head, which is crazy, bro. Yeah. So sound like you got I know you're a systems guy, right? It sound like you got your whole systems and process in place already. Mm-hmm. So the tenants, the portfolio that you manage, you never go and collect rent or get rent yourself?
So all my tenants pay on an online payment portal. Mm-hmm. And then I have 3 tenants that don't pay on an online payment portal. I have one of my contractors, which he built the house and then he ended up wanting to move into it. He's not even from America. He's Mexican, so he can't. I don't even think he's legal. He told me the story how he jumped the wall.
Yeah.
Damn. That's a whole nother conversation. But the stuff that's online in the media, when it comes to immigration stuff, is not the same. That's what's really going on in real life. That's a whole nother conversation. But that's for one. But he can't even get a bank account, so he has to pay me.
That's the exception.
In person. The second, I got an older lady where she was having so many issues with the payment portal every single month, to where we kind of just all right, you just cash, and then the third person, which is another older person, which you do cash.
All right, cool.
Everybody else is on the portal.
For the audience today, we got my guy Derek Boone on Instagram, DS Boone. Appreciate you coming through, man.
I appreciate you, man.
Hey, we clicked initially since we first met. I think we did a live online, out of nowhere,
random,
knowing the same people, and we found out we do something that's so similar, right? And our real estate practices are similar too. I changed though, man. I've been seeing so many of these articles. I'm kind of phasing out of that whole landlord thing because I'm realizing sometimes you put so much money into a property and the people that you depend on to pay you back, they're not the type of people that I want to put on the back end responsible for paying me for $100,000 investment.
So I think that you can still become a landlord. So the problem that people have right now that I see is people think there's only one lane in real estate.
Yeah.
They think, I got to find a tenant on Craigslist or whatever, find a tenant some way, and then put them in there and then just pray they pay. Or I got to flip properties. People don't understand that you can become a real estate wholesaler, you can be a developer, you can be a flipper, you can be a landlord, it's so many other lanes. And once people start understanding that, then they can realize, okay, real estate is something I can get into. I don't have to do that. Like, for example, for us, we have some tenants on Section 8. We have some tenants privately we found on our own, but then we do something called VRBO and furnish finders. So it's called midterm rentals. So what we do is we'll go ahead and furnish a unit, and the thing about it is we furnishing, some of this stuff is mismatched. We're not making this look like Taj Mahal. We just getting quality stuff from Facebook Marketplace. I got some stuff from my grandma's house. Hey, look, you still using that painting? Let me get that. And now if I have a place that's renting out for $1,300 a month, I put it up on VRBO Furniture for $2,000 a month. And the thing about that is they pay up front.
Okay.
So you already got the money beforehand.
Damn.
They might stay for 6 months, 7 months. The longest person I've ever had to stay on one of those platforms for a year. So you basically getting this money up front, right? And you getting money up front. You getting pretty 9 times in a higher quality client because they're able to pay money up front. And then the other piece is it's insured. So I had one issue where the bed had broke. The bed, I paid $300 for the bed facing marketplace. VRBO sent me $1,500.
Nice, bro. You teaching already? Like
I'll be trying to get straight into it.
I think it's like part of you, like just to give, because it's just like a level where you get personally, like personal maturity. You realize like what you know is good for you, but it's kind of better if shared, and you see other people take advantage. So that's dope, bro.
That's a gift and a curse.
I'm gonna say this: you get favor, don't you?
What you mean?
Like things go your way.
Yeah, things go my way. Things definitely go. But I got the mindset it's not going to not go my way. It's going to go my way. And I think that's the mindset a lot of people. There is no. It's just there's another door. But the problem is I'm always in solution mode or how we can fix how we. You know, sometimes you talk to different people. It may be even like, you know, a close relative. They might just be venting. I'm over here like, all right, this is how we go. Boo, boo, boo.
You talking solution.
I'm always teaching. I'm always talking solution. I'm always talking plays. I don't like the small talk. That's one of my problems. I don't like the small. I want to talk about how we gonna make something happen.
Yeah, me too, bro. But I like teaching, and I noticed, right? Even if I teach, it's not gonna hurt me in real estate, right? You can't get every VRBO or every renting. Every rental, you can't get every vacant property in your area that you focus. But what I've realized though is that teaching, it just brings me, it finds a way to circle back to give me like blessings and favor. There's so many things that go wrong around me, and for some reason I just get like I navigate through for some kind of way. And I know that when people thank me for teaching, like it brings a blessing to me. I know I got like.
You sleep good at night.
Yeah, and I know I'm lucky to some extent. Like I know, like because I've taught so much, and I see you do free webinars and stuff all the time. Like I know that stuff. Like the universe has a way to find it back to us.
That's a fact.
Yeah, bro. All right. So what else do you teach? So what you know and what you just said. I've been in real estate 20 years. I don't really know that information. How did you get into real estate, and how you found out about all of that? Like, so you went through like four ways to make money in real estate just now. You ain't even realize like people. I don't know how to wholesale, and I don't know that VRBO Airbnb space like that. Yeah, how you learn all that?
I'm big on doing things what we doing now, connecting, having conversations that matter. If people follow this same mindset, they're always going to win. Having conversations that matter lead to thoughts that matter lead to action that matter. Because if we just talking about this, tonight in the middle of the night, VRBO may pop up in your head. And they like, dang, you know what? Then you might wake up tomorrow and might actually try to execute on that. So I just always find myself I always make sure I get in rooms like this where we just having these conversations. Yeah. And that's how I learned the VRBO game from one of my friends, and we just was having a conversation, what's working, what's not working for you. And he just threw it out there. And I'm like, shoot, let me at least give it a try. And then it hit. I'm like, dang, I can rent this place out for, let's say $1,000, and somebody want to stay here for $2,000. I'm like, no brainer.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
This is one impulse buy that I don't regret. I decided to try the Plump Perfect because I wanted a little more volume without getting lip injections, because I've seen so many go wrong with other women. I can't risk that. With the Plump Perfect containing natural ingredients such as collagen, how could I go wrong? I saw results as fast as 7 days. Now there's only 2 reasons why you should try it too. Number 1, and most important, it actually works. And number 2, it's cheaper than lip injections. Shop BeForeverYounger.com before the Plump Perfect sells out.
Now, to execute on something like that, me personally, I've always, I'm going to say, been like a fan of yours watching you teach,
Appreciate
watching
that,
you do what you do, the level that you share. I never told you that, by the way. I told you, like, you know, like we just got a mutual respect. But now I'm a fan of yours because,
likewise,
like, the way that you teach, the passion, the integrity, and seeing, like, where you are and how far you've gotten at your age is what's, like, super impressive to me.
I appreciate that.
Right?
Man.
I don't see that a lot in my community. Like, so I live in New York. You live in Philly. Or you're from Philly.
Yeah,
I don't see that a lot.
Yeah.
My younger guys are, like, hungry for knowledge, but they don't, like, they not there yet.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody, like, from my neighborhood, from the Bronx, that's, like, as far as advanced as you are. Mm-hmm. So I appreciate you.
No, I appreciate that, man.
Just for going and get it like that.
Yeah.
Do you think in your mind that you're special?
So this is another problem that I have with myself, and I had this conversation with several people. Like, I even do therapy. One of the best things I've done for myself is go to therapy. I started a year ago. I do it every 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. And so this is me having a vulnerable moment with you. I feel like I'm special, but I don't feel like I'm special at the same time. I feel like I'm special because, like, you should have some type of thought about yourself. Like, you know, I am the guy. I am the man. I am special. But onto the level of, like, I'm the only star in the sky, I don't think that. Like, I'm the special person. I don't think that. Yeah.
But I'm sure you could relate. There are, like, a lot of people around you that aren't where you are. Mm-hmm. So do you not think, like, ever, like, you're different or, like, next level?
You know, I think, you know what the problem that, like, people like you and I, we do this so easily that we forget how, like, we can buy a house tomorrow, like, literally just do it. Mm-hmm. To where we realize, like, for some people, that's just the craziest thing in the world. So I think that's what kind of dims our special a little bit, because we, like, somebody say, like, natural. Yo, man, I'm working on getting, like, for example, I just heard somebody say this yesterday. It was like, yo, I'm working on getting this car. And it was a car that was just like, it was a regular everyday car, like an economy car. Yeah. And then in my mind, I'm just thinking, like,
right.
You know, but sometimes you catch yourself in a moment like, no, this is, like, that's a real thing. Yeah. It's just we do this stuff so frequently. Like, I own multiple cars right now, so it's just like, oh, just grab a new car.
People tell it to me every once in a while. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm going to say remind me. So I know, like, I do stuff that means so much to people so easily. And I think that's like a gift that I like. It comes natural to me. And problems that people have, sometimes I'm able to solve them kind of quickly, like, oh, I could fix that. Or, like, do this and you can fix that. So I think there is something special about people that teach and give that is unique. Because, so for my upbringing, I didn't see a lot of people teaching. I didn't see people that were far ahead financially and far ahead from a maturity standpoint to turn around, go back to the hood and say, yo, here's a legal way to make money. I didn't really see all of that. Yeah. Yeah, bro. So you know a lot.
A lot of times people, you have people around you that's teaching from wisdom, not teaching from game. Like, yo, here's the things you should not do because, man, I'm in this spot right now. I'm broke right now because I did X, Y, and Z. Versus somebody saying, yo, you should make sure you do this because I'm up $1 million off of this. Yeah. A lot of us have the wisdom people around us, but we don't have the game. Like, we all know somebody that's down bad that probably was in a good spot 20 years ago, and they like, yo, don't do this because I still ain't recover. We need, those people are important, but we still need the people like you and I that's talk, hey, look, listen, we made it out and we're still doing it. You get what I mean?
Now, do you find this, right? Do you find people that you're showing that you know that's watching you do what you do, but won't do it? Yeah. Like, so you got a group 100%. Of people that you know that's watching you buy a property, renovate it, because you be in your properties, right? Yeah. They be bare bones, then you show them renovated, and they still won't, like, yo, bro, like, take me with you on the next one or show me.
Bro, you know, I'm going to tell you some real stuff. I literally have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 people, like 4 very close people. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 very close people shoot, you might as well say 5. I'm my own name drop. There's one other person that literally, when I have free events, you come. When I have paid events like property tours, just come. I'm gonna make sure I save spots on the Sprinter for you. Yeah. When I have, listen, just get in the car. You drive behind us, but you can still come to the property. Still get all the access. Yo, here's the course. Here's this. Like, we're literally giving them everything. Yeah. Come to the events. Come to this. Here, listen on a Zoom, and they still don't do it. Like how you said, and it's more so of it's 2 reasons. One, it's a imposter syndrome. Like, that's Boone thing. That's what he can do. I can't do it. Even though I'm showing you the whole blueprint firsthand.
And step by, and they got access to
and I'm giving you personal access that everybody else don't got. But it's still like, that's Boone. That's what he can do. That's not what I can do. So I feel like with everybody, but specifically those 5 individuals, if we remove that imposter syndrome, they'll be past me because they know it firsthand. Yeah.
Right.
Yes, so the Plump Perfect by Be Forever Younger has arrived. So I wanted to try Plump Perfect to get some plump, pouty, luscious lips without the lip injections. Like, I've never been that pressed to go that route, and I've seen the problems other women go through with injections, but a little plump action, I don't mind. Like, my lips are okay, but they can use some work. So the kit was super easy to use. All you had to do was roll the microneedle roller on your lips for about 60 seconds in different directions, and then apply the lip filler to your lips, ensuring to cover the entire surface area of your lips with a smooth and even layer. And then voila, soft, beautiful, luscious lips. And I love that they use all natural ingredients to plump your lips, such as collagen. So get ready to have more hydrated, softer, and volumized lips without the surgery with Be Forever Younger Plump Perfect.
I give people access to me too in everything I do. Like, my people, they don't take advantage of it.
No. Versus this person that just found you on YouTube, end up tapping in, and then all of a sudden they got $1 million portfolio.
Exactly. Yo, it's crazy.
And they got less of the information than you actually got.
Less access, right? They got the course info, and once a week on mentorship, they come back every week. I got 8. I'm up to 12. I'm up to 16, Charles. That was my number. Now how do we build? Show me. And they be so hungry. And then it'd be like home teams still be like, going to work 9 to 5, and it bugs me out.
People don't appreciate what they have unlimited access to.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
That's just a fact.
So how did you get into real estate? Because you are like super advanced in my opinion. How did you get into real estate? Like, what led you down that path?
Being in a fed up space. I feel like everybody in their life gets to a certain point where they're fed up, and fed up doesn't mean that you're broke. Fed up could mean you're not fulfilled, you're not living your dream, you don't have the freedom, but you're in that fed up space. But being fed up, if honed in right, is the prerequisite to success. Yeah. So if I'm fed up and I'm like, I need to do something about this, my next move is the play that can change everything. So for me, December 2016 and on, before that, I was working at a job, retirement, I was making $10 an hour there. But December 2016 was the month that changed everything, because I used to work 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. and I used to work 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. That was like what I always do. But then it was a snowstorm. They had a crazy shift. You can work from 12 to 5 in the morning shoveling the snow as it's coming down, because if the elderly slip, is a whole different so it needs to be gone. We don't have time to shovel early in the morning. It needs to be gone as it's coming down, like catch the snowflakes coming down. They said we're going to pay you $25 an hour. I'm making 10 and you're going to give me 25. I'll take that. So I basically lived at the job for a week, and then the second week I went back to my 7 to 10 at night. But what happened was I realized 2 things. One, taxes are real. Once you hit that next bracket, taxes are real. And the second thing is they're only going to pay you what they think you're worth and not what you think you're worth. So when I got on payday, my check was $1,500. I lived at a job, and then my check was $1,500. But that was the first part of it. The second part, I remember this like yesterday. My manager said, "Yo, your check looks like mine." And I tell you, I just...
And they did none of that physical labor.
When I tell you, I almost wanted to knock this lady head. It just was burning in me. I'm like, I saw you come in and I saw you leave out.
Right.
And so I realized I made a decision. I'm never going to let someone decide how much I'm worth. I'm going to decide that. So that's when I went to a free class. And that's why I love teaching classes, because I know what it did for me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have no corporate background. Before that, I worked at McDonald's. I don't have no college degree. I went to Penn State, Abington. They kicked me out because they was like, your GPA is just not hitting. You got to go.
Yeah. They ain't want their name on that degree.
No, none of that. I had a 500, like all these different things. So going into it, I went to this class and it just like not only gave me the information to start, but it also gave me the confidence seeing someone that looked like me doing the things and living the life that I want to live. But the one thing I want everybody to understand, if you go to someone for advice and they give you advice, not doing it is insane. Even if it doesn't really seem like that's what you came there for, it's a blessing in disguise.
Do it.
I went there to go ahead and start for real estate investing. He said, I think you should be a real estate agent. I said, why? He said, something's telling me that I feel like God works through people in different ways. He said, something telling me to tell you to become a real estate agent, just the way you wasn't afraid to pull me to the side and ask me questions after the class. You're not afraid to talk to people.
Right.
You should try this agent salesman thing. Look, I ain't come here for that. I don't want to be an agent at all, by no means. But also on the same token, you gave me some game. You told me some advice that I don't know. I went in and went to school. The classes take about 2 months, so I started immediately. Yeah. I failed my test 9 times. Half of the times was me just walking in and walking out, just thinking like, I'm gonna take this and walk out. The other 4 times I actually like, okay, let me actually start studying on this. So I got my license April of 2017. March of 2017. I sold my first house April 2017. By December, I sold 20-something houses.
Damn, so as an agent?
I made 6 figures that first year in real estate. That first year. Mind you, that first house I sold in April, guess how much that check was?
How much?
Guess.
Let's say 3 to 6%, 200,000. Like $6 grand, $7
My check
grand?
was $1,500.
$1,500?
My first check was a very small deal. It was the first deal. It was very small, and then I had to piece it away to brokerage. This was my net. I'm talking about net after everybody got their little cuts out.
Yeah, he was at the bottom of the barrel too, so the bottom of the chain.
But think about what was the check that made me want to get into real estate?
$1,500.
I did less work doing what I love for the same check. I did more work doing what I hated.
What you hated, yeah.
Proof of concept. I took off after that. And the next year I doubled the money. Then I had a meeting with somebody, and this guy walks in and in my office. But in my office, you need to file somebody in and out. It's tight security.
Oh, yeah.
So I had to walk him to let him out. And I'm like, yo, what you just was doing? He said, I do real estate wholesaling. I'm like, what the hell is wholesaling? He said, basically, we middleman houses. My last house I just did $17,000. I said, the last house I just sold was $8 grand. I said, wait, they basically double the amount of money wearing basketball shorts, and I'm wearing a suit.
Yeah.
Light bulb went off. Same thing. I started wholesaling real estate, and we made so much money doing that. And to go into where we are now, I said, you know what? I'm losing focus of my dream. My dream was to become an owner and become an investor.
Right.
I'm helping everybody else get rich, help everybody become wealthy, help everybody, build generational wealth. I said, let me get back to that. And then that's when I started. The whole deals I was finding wholesaling, I just started buying them.
Keeping them. Let me ask you this. I don't know the wholesale game, but I hear a lot about it. Just for people that don't know, what pays more, being an agent or a wholesaler?
A wholesaler, if you actually are, so a wholesaler 1,000% if you know what you're doing and if you're consistent at it. The thing about being an agent, if you good with social media, you can literally put up a post and say, and this I'm telling you the honest truth. You can put up a post and say, hey, I want to help 5 homeowners today help 5 people today become a first-time homeowner. Your DM's gonna go crazy. Everybody wants to buy a house.
Yeah.
Everybody may not want to invest, but everybody wants to buy a home to live in and stop renting
Correct.
and stuff like that. That's everybody. But on the same token, you can't just, hey, I want to buy 5 houses and investors. It don't really work like that. You got to cold call. You got to text message. You got to there's other strategies. So, yes, if you actually do those things, wholesaler, like I said, on my deal I made $8 grand. He made $17 grand.
Yeah.
So you can make, the spreads are crazier, but I know people that wholesale, they might get 1 deal a year because they not doing those other things.
Okay.
And I know agents that might do 5, 10, 15 deals a month.
Bro, I had a wholesaler. I interviewed a wholesaler, my guy from Detroit, that sold all of my houses for me. So once I learned the Landbank game, right, you buy the house, you just have to do these things on the list, and they'll give you the deed free and clear, and you own it. So once I cracked that code, I locked in with this dude named Byron in Detroit, and he was selling my houses like crazy. He told me for the first time on an interview, he was like, yo, bro, I just started wholesaling. You was my first investor.
Oh, shoot.
That made me like easily, he said like 6-7 figures, right? Yeah. He was like, yo, Charles, not gonna lie, I ran up six figures on like one block, because I bought a block that first time. Then I just kept buying because it was so easy, right? The land bank will love you. The land bank will love you if you're fulfilling the checklist,
you're doing
right?
God's work.
They let you come get more. So I was going crazy with it at first. Before I even started teaching, right? I was just going crazy. He was selling, and I never asked him how much he made. I believe, like, I bought a house for 5. He sold it for like 15. I bought another one for 5. He sold it for 19. I was like 4x and 3x in my money. I never thought to ask him like how much he made, because I got mine.
You was selling them Jones for 40.
You know, I believe so. Yes, 40, 50 easily. To the same investor.
There's only but so many houses on one block. For you to run up, unless he's talking about $100,000, multiple 6 figures, he had to be selling them for 20, 30, 40,000 on top in order to hit that number. Because let's say it was 10 houses on that block.
Yeah.
You got to do the math. It was
7. Nah, it was 7.
7 houses. You run up multiple 6 figures off 7 houses.
Well, that
spread got to be nice.
Maybe between all. But this dude has been always so grateful, so thankful. And I never thought, I'm just not wired to pocket watch, right?
Likewise.
If somebody shows me a deal and I'm happy with what I'm making, I don't care what you making.
Yeah.
Like, it's not my business.
It's real men.
Right? Yeah, I guess that's what you call it, but it's not my business. So I was just like, yo, I'm buying 4 more over here. I bought 4 duplexes. Before I got finished with them, gone. And he just always been so we always had a dope relationship. And he came here, he was like, yo, I ain't gonna lie, man. I lost my franchise with AT&T, and I just started wholesaling. And he was like, yo, like, I ran up a quick multiple 6 figures off of you alone. Then I started getting more investors. And he was like, then I started giving him my team members to sell for, right? Because I give all my contacts. Like, my Rolodex is for the public. Just treat my people with respect. Approach them with kindness and integrity. If you're going to work with my people, that's the only thing I ask. Because I want people to get the same, like, it's so easy for me. I was doing it from home. He was like, yo, you was coming to Detroit like maybe once every 2-3 months. Because in short, right, I buy the house from the land bank, have a team, and I have the same supplies in storage, right? So I have my team take the supplies out of storage. You got to put in a toilet, a sink, a countertop, a microwave, and a hot water heater. No furnace, baseboard heaters. And we would do the same thing for each house and carry that stuff from house to house. So I didn't have to go.
That's low.
So I'm in New York just doing my thing, but he's so thankful, so grateful. I'm thinking, I don't know where I got this number from, but I'm thinking he's making like $2-3 grand as a wholesaler. What he told me yesterday, he was probably doing like 20 to 40 per house.
Yeah.
Crazy. So you like that wholesaling game?
I think wholesaling is the best business anybody can start if you have the patience and if you have the hustle. Okay. There's no other business, and correct me if I'm wrong, there's not, and I'm not here to promote wholesaling, but I'm just keeping it funky.
It's just a real estate convo.
It's keeping it real. Name another business that you can literally make $100,000 in 30 days without credit, without actually having to use your social security number, without you having to actually take ownership, without you actually having to have inventory, without you actually not having years of experience, without any certificate, without any type of secondary, like, think about it. Like, I know people that literally their first deal was $100,000. Like, they just, now, to do that consistently, that's a whole nother conversation. But I know people that, I literally know people that come into crazy deals where I say, there's one girl, she made $12,000 in 30 days off of a text message. She wanted to get into real estate wholesaling. I said, look, before you get into this other marketing I'm going to show you, I need you to text every single person on the phone this message. She said, what's the message? I said, hey, I'm in this program, and they are helping me buy my first house in the next 30 days. I'm reaching out to you to see if you or somebody you know is thinking about selling their home. And if you do know somebody, I have a $1,000 referral fee. She sent that text message to everybody on her phone. A couple people hit back. One person hit back and said, yo, I'm actually willing to sell my old house. It's just sitting.
Right.
Found a buyer. Boom, made $12,000 in 30 days.
Crazy.
Didn't require no marketing, no money, no nothing off a text message. Name another business you could do that.
So with that skill set alone, it's safe to say you'll never go to work for nobody.
Nah, hell no. I'm mentally unemployable. I'm mentally unemployable. No. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm mentally I don't care if you're paying $1 million. I'm not going back.
No way.
Not going back. And it's not even a money aspect. I already see what freedom looks like waking up. Like, for people that's watching this, I'm not telling you to quit your job, but the feeling of getting up and you literally move on your own terms, now is understand you moving on your own terms can be a hurt piece if you're not moving correctly and, grinding. But just the idea of waking up, do I feel like leaving the house out today or not? Yeah. That's a feeling I'm never getting rid of, ever.
I love it, man. I've been left, bro. Once I left corporate America, and I was in corporate America, seeing people with 20, 30, 40, $60 million businesses, and I was just like, there's no way. And they regular people, right? Regular conversations, so I'm responsible to entertain them at games and whatever, functions, whatever. I'm like, wait, like, they just like me. We having the same conversations. Girls, basketball, football, boxing, gym, right? The same regular conversation, but they are like owners of $30 million companies, $20 million companies.
It makes you think, did you earn the right to have them conversations? Because they for sure did.
Yeah.
At that time.
Yeah. Well, that was my job. So I was at American Express. $200,000-$300,000 job, and my job was to get them to spend like their vendor spend on a corporate card. Okay. So I worked for Amex corporate card.
Oh, okay.
That was like my job, but I was only making $200,000-$300,000. But I'm looking at everybody, 30 million, 40 million, 60 million, whatever, and I was like, yeah, it just. I felt guilty. Whether I made it or not, I was like, I gotta leave. Like, I can't service the same type of person that's just like me at that level.
That's hard.
That's hard. And I don't know if you know, but sometimes the VP of Amex, he'll like speak at my events, or he'll come out and speak. Yeah, he's a good friend. I actually got him the job before I left.
Oh, shoot.
Him and another good friend of mine. And I begged him to quit every single week, bro. I swear to you.
You won't do it?
They think about it. Well, I ain't gonna put their business out there, but look, we have conversations.
Cut that part.
Yeah, we have conversations all the time. One of them be here heavy. He just likes, like, he just be around me, knowing like whatever I do, he's gonna do. I ain't gonna say no names, but they know who they are. But yeah, bro, it's hard.
Amex platinum cards.
When you see, but this is not for everybody. Yeah. When certain type of people see a lot of like money being made, some people it inspires, and some people it kind of dims their light or kind of takes away from how they feel about themselves.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's why every conversation isn't for everybody. The conversations are the same, but the way you receive it is different.
100%, bro. People can receive conversations like totally opposite. And the person just spoke right into the mic and the camera.
I can say that wall is black. You can say it's gray.
Yeah. Wow. All right. So boom. So you go real estate agent. You got into wholesaling, and then where'd you go from there?
I went straight investing.
Did you know like ownership? When you say investing, was it like I want to be a landlord and own 90 units?
Yeah.
Like what was your number? Was it like 100?
It was 100. It was 100. But the reason why I want to harp on that, because I feel like we all have a number that we think is a number, but it's a number because it's just we programmed to think. Like, for example, everybody says, I want to make $1 million. We don't know why we want $1 million, but it's just a number that we just grown up. I want 100 units.
Millionaire.
We don't know what even 100 units look like. It's just, that's just the number. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, for example, people just say, like, yo, I want a Lamborghini. We don't really know why. It's just the American dream. Yeah. $1 million, big house, 100 units, but we don't really know. So, but my number to answer the question was 100. Did not know why. It was just,
it was 100 for me too.
Yeah, it was 100. Everybody
when I got
100.
to 38 and saw how hard it was, I was like, yeah, nah, there got to be a better way.
I think everybody think changes. Everybody
it's
think
supposed
changes.
to, but it's something about having a number. And one of the things I talk about a lot is like your why, like what's pushing you, what's motivating you. Do you have a number? I'm doing a conference. I want 500 people. I grabbed it out of the sky. I never did 500 people event before in person. So it has some meaning to it, but it could have been 1,000. Yeah. There's events with 5,000 people, right? But I just grabbed 500. So you got there. I'm trying to figure out, like, what's the end game for you in real estate? Like, where you want to be ultimately?
I'm going to be honest. And I think you said it, and we had like a conversation without having a conversation about it, where we're transitioning into a phase where we're not really know 100% what that transition is like. Being in this game for, X amount of years, and especially someone like me that I've touched multiple different avenues of it, from real estate agent, from wholesaling, from investing, to midterm rentals, the short-term rentals. I do event spaces as well. To now, I've done so much to where, like, I'm not really sure what exactly the end game as far as real estate goes. I know my end game as far as, like, what I want to do as far as businesses and different things, but as far as real estate, I know for me, I want to continue to buy properties and just keep adding to the portfolio in strategic ways, not like how I was doing before, just grabbing stuff. In strategic ways, but more so for, like, wealth reasons, passed down reasons. Not like I want to have 1,000 rental properties. I want to have 1,000 different tenants. No, more so like, you know what? I want to make sure my son has, X amount going on. Yeah. And also for appreciation reasons. It's hard to stop something when you see a house that was worth 100,000 2 years ago and that's worth 200. It's hard to really kind of like, I'm never gonna buy a house again. That's crazy. That's like a high yield savings account. Like,
yeah, man. I know I'm going to say graduation or maturation in real estate. I don't want to have tenant conversations. I don't love that tenant concept. And I think what you're doing, like, you just appear fearless to me, bro. Because you got the event space. So I'll be hearing about this stuff, but I'll be like locked in on what I'm doing. But I'll be seeing people make money. So I'll be getting away from the tenant stuff. But I know I like the VRBO space. I know that's a ton of money. I like the event space because we use event spaces. For me to do my events, I'm paying $48,000 for this space, right? And that's an event space. So I'm actually literally paying somebody $48,000. And my CFO made a mistake. She paid the whole thing up front.
Yeah, that was vicious.
Vicious, bro. She had a minimum deposit. And maybe a week before and all of that, she paid the whole thing up front.
Supposed to be at most half up front.
Crazy. But back to the landlord-tenant space, man. This article, I don't know if you saw this one. One of the headlines is...
New York politicians
let's check it out.
To fix the state's property laws. One landlord is out over $100,000 and 2 years of lost rent after a squatter invaded her property. I'm Tony, and this is Real Estate Investing and Landlord News.
That's my guy, Tony, man. From a landlord perspective, what's the most you ever seen somebody owe? Like somebody that you know.
Yeah. Oh, all different ranges. But for me, the most someone has owed me was, I think when I sent them to court, the judgment was for like 10,000.
10,000. That's for you personally?
And it was totally my fault. Totally my fault.
How is it you provide a place for somebody to live?
No. Not why they didn't pay was my fault. Why it went to 10,000 my fault. The worst thing someone can do and the best thing someone can do is make a bunch of money other places. So they didn't pay 1 month. I'm like, and we, they had a conversation. It was gonna be next month.
Yeah.
That's 2 months.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna just triple 3 months. But when you making moves, you got money coming in from these tenants. You got business over here. You got business. Then you kind of like, all right. Then it go up and hit you like, hold up. I let 5 months slide. Hold up. Whoa. And this was kind of like early on before things was as tight as it is now. But then when you start the actual landlord-tenant process with the court, that's in Philadelphia is a minimum 3 months.
Yep.
Because you got to do a diversion, then you got to add a court date, then if you win in court, which all my paperwork is legit, so that's never a problem.
Yeah.
But then you go into a space where you have to wait for the sheriff to come out. So each one of these is basically a month.
Yep.
So think about if I let 5 months slide, then the other 3 months, they was paying $1,500 a month. So 1,500 times 8. Yeah. That's how the math kind of like got to that point.
That could hurt. Did it hurt, or were you like?
It didn't hurt.
In a better space, space where you might have had some cushion to where it didn't.
It didn't hurt because I buy my property so cheap and get the work done so cheap. And sometimes when I do a refinance, I'm not just maxing everything. So my mortgage payment in that house is $800 a month.
Okay, cool.
So and the tenant was paying $1,500. I'm to my principal, interest, tax, and everything was $800. So it was like. It was auto drafting. It wasn't like I wasn't even
crushing you.
Yeah.
But for the average American landlord,
that hurts.
That could crush them.
That hurts.
What tenants don't realize is that this could be a person's first investment property. It could be a big gamble for them. Mm-hmm. They get in, they're depending on that money. They may not have money to pay the bills where they live and this property.
Yeah.
So a big part of what I've been on lately, bro, is kind of like getting away from that long-term tenant, that whole lease thing. I've really been focusing on developing. Mm-hmm. Have you ever built a house before?
No, I actually have. It's funny you said that. I actually have 2 lots that are shovel ready. I got the permit in here and everything. Mm-hmm. My goal is to start building them in 2 months, maybe next month. I got 3 houses that I'm selling right now. And then I have 2 houses I'm refinancing. So pretty much all 5 of these, Lord willing, should be completed within the next 60 days. I'm talking about fully off my plate, sold or refinance. Yeah. And then I'm gonna go ahead and develop those two buildings I got.
Nice, bro. I'm gonna tell you right now.
They're just waiting for me to start. Like I got the paperwork, everything.
I'm gonna tell you right now, it's gonna change your life. Mm-hmm. Yo, the speed. So it sounds like you got a crew. Where do you do most of your fix and flips? In Philly?
Yeah, in Philly. Everything in Philly.
You got a really tight crew?
Yeah. My
nice
stuff
crew?
My painter called me, right? But the thing, he called me just to give me an update on what's going on. But we use the same paint, the same style, the same everything. Like all my houses, the front doors orange. All the inside we painted eggshell white. Reason why we do eggshell because you can wipe it off easy. It's better than flat. Yeah. But we get a good price on that, so we playing flat numbers for eggshell. That's a whole nother convo. But it's copy and paste every single thing. So everything is tight.
You a systems guy, bro.
In order to set yourself free, you need to have set systems.
Yeah. I'm learning that. Mm-hmm. I'm learning that. You big on systems.
I can get bigger.
Yeah.
but I'm pretty solid where we at, yeah.
And that's the key to most successful people I know is systems and processes. Yeah. They have them in place. They're good at building them, honing them. And it's not even that they got to be perfect, but having a system in place for a lot of things is what I see a lot of people use for success.
I think even if you don't have a system, you should have a standard. Because system is when you have like, all right, we have to go to this store. We have to get from this. This is the website. This is the funnel. This is this. This is already like a SOP. But if you set a standard that people can follow, even without the system, they know what do you like. So, for example, we have pro accounts, we have vendor accounts, we have this, we have that. So they know which store, they know what color. But if you set a standard like, I don't know what systems you have, but I know Boone ain't going for that. So let me go ahead and do.
Yeah.
Setting a standard is going to have people think for you, even if you don't have nothing in place.
Right.
Like I know.
The quality of work.
Yeah, like I know for a fact he ain't gonna want this like this. So let me do it how I'm used to seeing it. Even if I gotta drive and don't know which store to get it from, I know at least he ain't gonna go for that.
Let me ask you this: how much did you get beat up by contractors before you got it right?
You want to know something crazy? And it's people want to look at this like it's cap and it's real. I've never got beat up by contractors.
No, you never got ripped off by a contractor?
I've never got ripped off by a contractor.
I gotta shake your hand,
But you know, there's a reason behind this. Two things.
One, I already peeped. You told me you got the Mexican undocumented living in one of your spots. He can't go nowhere.
He can't do too much.
That's hard to put in this. I can't repeat that system, bro.
He can't do too much. But he can't do too much.
Yo, was I accurate with that one?
You know the worst thing though.
What?
When he go and pay his rent, I got him at $12.50. When he go pay his rent, sometimes sometimes I might collect it. Sometimes I had.
He might pay it in work.
No. I remember one time he gave me $900. He said, "Cause you forgot you still." Let's say for example, he was doing a job for me. I paid him $4,000, but I made half. That's the only thing you gotta pay them guys cash.
Yeah.
You can't cash up none of that. So I paid him like $3,600, and I was like, I only got $3,600 on me. I said, I'm gonna give you the other $400 later. He's cool. We do stuff like that. It's cool.
Yeah.
He paid me the rent, and it was short $400. I'm like, what the fuck is this? He like this. Oh, remember the $400? I was like, God damn. I was like, that's the only.
I'm telling you, man, you blessed.
Yeah. But the contractors, I never got beat up because I always seek mentorship before I do anything. I'm talking about before I go ahead and buy a bottle of water, I'm calling my barber. He big on water. Like he like, you got. I don't drink Poland Spring. It got to be this. It got to be that.
Yeah.
Anything I do, I call somebody first, and that's what life is about. If you want to go ahead and get the fast pass.
Yeah.
So before I got started in construction and renovating my own houses, I went ahead and called my friend that was already doing this. And I met him on Instagram. I literally DM'd him and said, "Yo, listen, I'll pay you to I'll pay you to show me." He gave me some contract. He gave me some advice. So my first project I did was a 60-day full gut renovation.
Okay.
No issues, because I went to somebody that did 20 of them already, and they gave me the game.
Yo, I wish people was teaching real estate when I started. I spent
20 years ago. That's a different story.
I spent so much money learning on my own. To grab a mentor, somebody to teach me something, it's so easy for me to pay now, right? We ain't have, just imagine a time where you didn't have somebody to teach you. So you might go to Home Depot and get the wrong guy. He gonna tell you I could do this whole thing, $18,000, give me $9,000 deposit, I'm gonna go get the supplies, I gotta pay my guys, come back in 4 days and it's gonna be straight. And you never hear from him again. Yo, that's happened to me. And it was like, it hurt, bro. It hurt because my vision be like, I'm gonna give somebody the end goal is I'm gonna create a house in a market where there's not that many. I'm gonna create a place for a family to live. I got a standard to how I do my stuff, so I'm gonna do stainless steel. I'm in my mind, I'm doing backsplash. I'm doing like floor to ceiling tile in the bathroom, and to get ripped off. Yo, it's like the most heartbreaking thing, bro.
And you know another thing why I don't get ripped off? I got somebody tried to rip me off one time, it didn't work out. And you gotta adopt the motto like, maybe this isn't a job for you.
Yeah.
I pay my contractors in thirds. And even down to like the guy that lives at one of my houses, he gets paid when the job is done. So he does no deposit, but he knows.
Right.
You know, but I pay him in thirds. So let's say a contractor's charging a $3,000 for a job. You get $1,000 to start.
Yeah.
You get $1,000 when you're 50% done, and you get $1,000 when everything is checked, the inspector checked, everything is fully completed.
Yeah.
I had this guy that tried to like run off. He got COVID, and he was like, "Yo, I'll be back. I got COVID." Then my guy got COVID. A whole story. But when he was gone for like a week or two. So let's say he had like a $3,000. I had a $3,000 balance with him, but he had to complete about 6. I forgot how much was it. Long story short, I was up more than he had to finish. Yeah,
he did more of the work.
Exactly.
Than what
so he basically ran off to chase the other $10,000-$20,000 jobs he had because he was down bad. He was like, he kept, stringing me along. I'm gonna come back next week. I gotta finish up this other job I had before. It wasn't before me. It's just that was more of a balance.
Yeah. They do that.
But now all I had to do was pay one of my guys extra $2,000 to finish.
Yeah. So it ended up working out better for you.
Because I make sure that I got less money in than you are doing the work.
Bro, you got to share this one, man. Give me top 3 things to vet a contractor before you start working with them.
I need to see your work. I'm not talking about like send me this one picture, this nice kitchen you did. Let me see multiple kitchens. Let me see multiple stuff. What you got going on? I need to see everything. Show me. Matter of fact, we're one of the houses. Let me pull up one of them houses. And so that second, this is how you really vet a contractor. And this is what I used to do. Let's say I need somebody to do some plumbing work. I'll literally go to Google and Google plumbing terms, plumbing things, and different things. People get over when they know you don't know anything.
Yeah.
So I used to Google like terminology, YouTube some things, and I'll come to you. Yo, so when you doing this, what you using PAX? What do you like?
Right.
And they like, oh, he knows something I can't get over. Even though I don't know nothing, I literally Googled it right before I had a conversation with you. But when they know like, okay, he knows something.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand that. And the other thing too is, even if you don't plan on pulling permits, tell them that you're pulling permits.
Okay.
Then they're like, okay, this guy's legit. It ain't no under the table. I'm not pulling no permits. A lot of my houses, I'm not even doing permits. Yeah. But now they like, okay, this ain't somebody. They just need their kitchen done. This is a real investor.
Right. It go back to the standard. They know they have to meet a certain standard with you, so they know like if they looking to flim flam or whatever, they know you not the one because you kind of like you got your stuff set to a certain standard.
Yep.
That's dope, bro. So I'm happy you don't get ripped off, man.
Yeah, thank God.
Certain markets though, like it happens so often. The Midwest is notorious for it, right? People just losing money out there. That's why I actually started Mentorship.
It's actually crazy. My dad paid somebody to build a portion of front yard. He paid him $5,000 up front. They never came back.
Your dad paid somebody $5,000 up front. He never came back.
Honest, and it's not to come at anybody. The only reason you get ripped off is because you allowed it to happen. Giving somebody $5,000 up front, is no reason why you should be getting ripped off if you keep a standard. Yo, listen, I got a Home Depot account. Just go there, call me, and I can pay over the phone.
Yeah.
What we need deposits for? I can just pay for all that $5,000 worth of work material you need.
Right.
Just go there. I'll pay over the phone. Text to pay.
Yeah.
Or, hey, look, listen, when you get here to this house and I give you this, sometimes you got, like,
start to work.
I'm not going to lie. Sometimes you got to play games with these guys. Yo, listen, when you get to the house, like, contractors that hate me, but, when you get to the house, you can pay me now. Matter of fact, I got to run to the bank. When you get to the house, I just meet you at the house on day one.
Yeah.
Dang, my bad, bro. I got to, I wanted to make sure I meet you and I wasn't late. But look, my bank is only 20 minutes up the street. I'm going to go ahead and get there and I'm going to come right back. But I wanted to make sure we went over everything. Oh, well, I'm going to just start when you get back. Why we start? Now it's that awkward conversation to where now you pulling their car right in there. So I'm getting them to start some of the stuff before I even give them any money.
That's smart, man. Yeah. We need more of that.
You gotta get creative, man.
Yeah, I feel like you have like protect your losses first up front. Like you're not gonna step into nothing that's shaky. You like, nah, you're gonna do some work. Yeah. I'm gonna pay. Like we're never looking to cheat nobody.
No, hell no.
Right? We actually probably pay a little extra for speed of completion and everything else. But it's just that weird space where it's like that new relationship.
You can tell something funny about to happen. If I say, hey, I'm gonna meet you at the let's say you're a contractor and I'll tell you like I'm gonna meet you at the house at 9 a.m. on Monday so we can get the ball started. I'm gonna bring a deposit then.
Yeah.
And they get there on Monday at 9 a.m. and then you say, oh shoot, I forgot to go to the bank on Saturday.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go right now. And they say, well, we can just start tomorrow. I just said it's up the street. Why you want to something funny going on? Like, bro, I'm literally going to go up the street. You got to use
discernment. But I told you, bro, you a blessed person, man. If nobody ever told you blessed. I'm gonna tell you. I
appreciate that.
Because I don't know nobody that never got beat. It'd be hard sometimes to get people to come back and finish. Like some people just don't see the vision. And I'm happy for you, bro.
Thing. Like you can't
they don't roll like that.
You can't really get over it, like
because it's small.
Not because it's small, but like people say people in Philly and like New York, we fast on our feet, we crafty. So you can't be crafty on a crafter, like you.
Yeah. So in New York,
I can tell like
in New York, you not beat me is small. Yeah. The Mexicans are small. My Mexicans know you. They know who you are, and then we lock in with certain Mexicans.
Yeah.
New York got so expensive, though, I started doing business in the Midwest, where the houses were $1,000, $2,000. We don't have that in New York, so that's why I started getting beat. My New York record is undefeated, right? Like, they doing work on my house. It's easy for me to stand on top of them and watch and make sure. But when you're out of town, it get a little difficult because you got to leave the deposit, and I'm trying to get back home. Yeah. And my mom, like, realistically, we want to come back home. We don't want to be, away doing stuff like that. So
it's a little hard. In other cities outside of us are, north part of the country, where we at, like Philly, New York, and things like that. People not as aggressive, as sharp as we are. Like, we not really going for too much stuff. But then when I go down to, like, I went down Virginia because I was putting in some offers and trying to do some business in Virginia, and it just was real, like, soft spoken, real soft. Like they just kind of letting them. Cultures. Us is like, no. Yeah. It's like a hard, no, they ain't having.
You got to adapt, though. Just I'm just say put this out there because you might do some business in the South. Observe as much as you can first. I almost stepped on some toes with like a New York mentality, and then my contractor, he like nudged me. He was like, like they had an event going on. Now. Yeah, they had an event going on. I'm like, why that stopping us from meeting? He was like, well, like the event took up the whole week. I'm like, a week? I'm like, for that? Yeah. I'm like I'm a basketball player. I don't even know the Knicks record, who on the Knicks or not. I'm locked in on the money. Yeah. What you mean, like, we can't meet that week? Yeah. And then my guy was like, yo, chill, yo. Like, we shut down. Yeah. I'm like, in New York, there is no shut. Yeah. Like, you go. Yeah. So eventually,
it's a good point though. It's definitely a good
observe, point. Just understand the culture first. Understand how they do business, and a lot. Universally, it's relationships anyway. So anywhere you go, the culture is going to be different. But if you have that relationship with the person, they still going to go as hard for you. Yeah. If you don't build a relationship first, that's why I realized it started to get rocky.
Relationships are key.
Yeah,
way more important than money.
When I first went to Birmingham, bro, I was on the phone with the builder for like a week, just getting to know him, getting to know him, everything. And he's like, all right, we're going to lock in. We're going to start the build on your house. When I went to Birmingham, right, I got my hotel. I'm antisocial. I just want to do the business. And I want to just like give me in my hotel. I'm going to talk to the kids, talk to the family, talk to the homies. Right. And I'm like, I don't want to really get to know you because we just doing business. Yo, dude was like, so where you staying at? I was like, yeah, I got a room downtown. He was like, well, if you want to, like, you could stay in the Airbnb we got. I was like, what? Like, you mean like I could stay in the house? He was like, yeah, Charles, like you might as well just save the money and stay right there. Yo, it was such a culture shock to me. I was like, damn, like automatically I'm like, yo, this is a nice dude. In New York City, you're never meeting somebody for the first time and say, yo, just stay at my house. Right? Bro. It's different.
First time I went to Atlanta, I'm at the gas station. This is my first culture shock. This is some years ago. I went to the gas station, and the guy, I'll never forget this. The guy at the gas station, the gas station attendant, whatever, I'm paying him money. Yo, let me get 40 on 3. He like, yo, how you doing? I'm like, everything good. Like, how your mom? How your family? What are you talking about? My mom?
Right,
like,
yo,
bro, he said,
get my gas, bro.
Yeah, like, what you doing? He like, no, I just see how your family doing. Like, know, why I'm bringing you up. And it hit me like, it's just us up here. We like, so it's wild. I said, I've never in Philly, Jersey, New York, and this, that area, I've never had somebody at the gas station ask me how my family doing.
Yeah.
Messed me up, but it goes back to what you said, like, in certain places, like, people are really nice.
Yeah, I didn't know how to say no. I was thrown off. I was like, I'm not staying. Like, what do I tell? I ain't know. I was like, yeah, so I got one more stop, and then I'll just call you and let you know. I wasn't going to do it because that's just not, like, me. I just saying, mentally, I'm just not there to go stay in somebody's house. I don't know, right? But I eventually was like, yeah, man, so what I'm going to do, being that I already paid, I'm gonna just stay downtown. And next time though.
Yeah.
But
there's no refund policy. Like,
I copped out of it. But in my head, in my heart, I was like, yo, like they different. It's different. Yeah, it's definitely different. So with that, man, I've been buying a lot of land in Birmingham. Right? Through my work at the Detroit Landbank, they connected me to the Birmingham Landbank, and I went crazy when I was able to buy land. Just like I did in Detroit with houses, I went crazy with the land. So this next article, this next segment talks about Birmingham. They're building an amphitheater, right? And you know gentrification. Yeah. It's going to start downtown and then it's going to spread, right? This article talks about a $46 million amphitheater. It's not built yet. Yeah. They signed a branding deal with Coca-Cola, and they're now starting to book out talent. And they're starting to book out the amphitheater before it's even built. So the amphitheater, they got their first show at the $46 million venue. Now, you know gentrification, they're going to do downtown first, and then it's going to spread out a little bit more than the downtown area, bro. So with this, I wanted to ask you, like, would you recommend in Birmingham, so I'm building houses there, would you recommend I put one to the side for like, and all of my stuff, all my land is close to downtown. Would you recommend I put one or two to the side for like Airbnb, VRBO?
I can't really say.
It's gonna be hot. It's Birmingham's on fire.
I wouldn't say put something to the side just for that. I would say maybe put something together and maybe leave that for like a month rental.
What you mean month?
Like if you rent out to someone regular, we gonna put it on month to month. So when
just
things
like
pop off,
just like a cash paying tenant month to month.
Yeah, and then I can just get them out of there. But then I can transition.
How easy is it to get somebody out once they comfortable and paying?
Once you on a month to month, you can just say I don't want to renew.
And then they kind of
or like a 6-month lease. Hey, every 6 months we're gonna have a conversation if you want to renew or I want to renew. But
if not, you gotta go.
I just don't. I don't think it's advised. Like, yo, I'ma just put something to the side for this one business model. You know what I mean?
There's more research that goes into it.
Yeah, because like Airbnb in Philly was hot and then it just stopped. Yeah. They put these laws in place. Yeah. Also, Philly is not the same as like Miami, where people like vacation in there. You know, so it's a lot of different things that play a factor, and also you gotta remember the Airbnb model is based off of an app. The app changes their rules, changes up your income.
So what's VRBO is the same?
VRBO. So VRBO is midterm rental. So it's not short term. Daily. Yeah, they have to stay for at least a month or more.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, and then it's paid up front. Okay. And then Furnish Finders is pretty much a website that your listing is showed up, but it's marketed to people that like for example, I had people stay at my place where, hey, look, listen, I'm getting a house built, but I'm ending my lease where it's at, and hey, I just need to stay here for 4 months while my house is on the end part of getting built. Or like, hey, I had a truck driver one time. He said he was based to do local routes in this area for the next 90 days. So I want to stay here for 90 days. And I had traveling nurses. A lot of people would know about traveling nurses, but it gets deeper than that. Somebody where their house caught a fire and it's taking some time to get finished, they stayed there and then insurance can be paid for it. So it gets deeper than just.
Damn, bro, you killing it, bro. Yeah. Like, so you've made money from all of those apps?
Yeah, I made money
those are all apps.
Yeah, I made money. Furnish Finders, VRBO, and Airbnb. I totally stopped doing Airbnb a long time ago, so now I just do the two.
And those are longer term rentals.
Yeah, I've never had somebody just stay for 30 days. The least I had was 60 days. Like they all stay at least. The thing is at least 30 days, but like typically it's like 60 days or more. And here's the catch though. I'm gonna put you on something. Let's say for example you got a place, an apartment that the average rent is $1,200. I know that's foreign in New York, but the average rent is $1,200, but you put it on VRBO, or Furnish Finders or whatever for $2,000, and someone bites and they take it and they stay for 6 months. What we do is a month or two before they before they leave out, hey, just wanted to say, checking how's everything been. We already checking them anyway, but this conversation is, hey, how have you been liking stuff? Oh, I love it. What are you planning on doing after this? Because like, you know, my boss likes, my manager, the actual owner likes you staying here. It seems like you having a good time. What if we did this instead of 2,000, we dropped the rate to 1,900, you become a long-term tenant?
Yeah.
They be biting on that.
That's like rent hacking.
They be biting on that. So now I got them at 1,900, but remember I was only supposed to get 1,200, but now I got them
long-term 19. That's dope, man. All right, last thing we got to discuss. Last thing I want to just learn from you, the event spaces. I see you got, how many of those you have?
So we have one event space, but we have 3 rooms inside our one. And
you run up a bag through there? Is that through Peerspace?
No, it's all private. All like our own personal marketing. We had it on Peerspace, but Peerspace didn't really work out too well for me. So we just do it all private. Like our own marketing. You
going crazy, bro.
Yes.
I seen something you posted one time and I just reposted it. like you just posted like a special for the weekend or whatever. I just reposted it. Get that thing going, man.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, and I love to see when y'all open them too. It's kind of it's dope because I like the creativity.
Yeah.
So I'll be seeing your work. I love that exposed brick too, bro.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I said,
I got 2 now. This new one this building I just finished is commercial mixed use. So it's commercial on the first floor, and then I got 3 apartments upstairs. So the first floor is gonna be a event space. So technically, I got 2 now.
You're gonna do what? Oh, just an event space down there?
Yeah. So no, I never told nobody this before, like at all. But I just dipped into the healthcare space.
Okay.
So that's gonna be my office Monday through Friday, and we're gonna do events on the weekends.
Killer. Yo, you don't let no time go by without being rented.
That's a whole nother conversation. Like I've never even said that before.
I love it. You just fearless, bro. You just fearless. I already know it's gonna go. I already know you're gonna run the number up like crazy.
Appreciate
whatever you want to do.
Appreciate it.
Fearless in the system. Yeah. You're gonna put the system in place. You're gonna figure out how it goes. Put the same exact system in place, and you're gonna run it.
Yeah, I appreciate
crazy.
it.
Crazy. So building. Damn, you're gonna have a lot. You're gonna have your hands full, bro.
It's the systems. Like the landlord, the tenant stuff is his own thing. I don't have to worry about that. When a leaky faucet happens, they already know who to call. Call this plumber. He's already we already got the Rolodex. Somebody manages the VRBO. Like that's already managing. If I buy a property to flip, you got to check on it from time to time. But I got the same contract. They already know how to do it, what to do it, so I don't have to go there every single day. The event space, I actually got the event space from my mom. She runs the whole thing.
Dope.
She runs.
I love to hear that.
Yeah, I got that for her. She runs the entire thing. Like I go there once a week because I made it my office there. So I go there to I might need to
lock
do some work.
in, check in.
Yeah, she runs that whole thing. So when and then when we do the education, coaching, helping people online, those are Zoom calls in the evening.
And you do them there?
No, at the house. I got a whole studio set up at the house.
Nice.
So it's like you think about it, I'm kind of setting things up where like I'm not, we're not gonna lie. Some days you might get backed up, stressed. Things may happen, but on the vast majority, it's like I got time to go take lunch.
Yeah, of course.
I got
That's
time
what
to go
we
get
do.
dinner. Like I'm not stressed.
Yeah, when we go hard, it's so we can have those times.
Exactly.
Right? When people see us working and just being strategic and doing things, it's so we have those opportunities to do whatever the hell we want.
Some days I'm looking for something to do.
Yeah. It be like that, and people don't realize that's a whole flex, right? Like being able to make money and have a clear schedule is the flex, right?
Somebody asked me this one time, what does your dream life look like? Yo, when I tell you it was a slap in the face, I said my dream life is I can wake up in the morning, take my son. I said I dream like wake up in the morning, take my son to school, and I said I just work out 1 or 2 times. Like I like going to the gym, work out 1 or 2 times a day, figure out what car I want to drive in, wake up and take him to school, and then when I pick him up from school, we just do whatever activity we do, whatever we want to do. I eat good food all day long, and then I just take trips every single week.
Dope.
He said that's what you do now. I didn't even think about it because what I'm thinking about is like I'm picking between a Bugatti and a Ferrari and this, but he's like, you got nice cars. You may not have a Bugatti, but everything you said you do every day now.
Yeah.
It didn't even hit me. And I say all this to say is sometimes we're so close or we're at our dream.
Yeah.
Is you're missing that one piece, so you disregard everything else. Yeah. The one piece I'm missing is the Bugatti.
Yeah.
So I disregard the other 99% that I already do.
Yo, you get a Bugatti, you're gonna be used to it in a week and go back in a Tahoe or whatever else. Like no lie. You ever get something new that you wanted, get used to it and then just like whatever, like put it to the side?
Bro, I got 4 cars. And including this one, I just bought a Yukon Denali black truck. And then I hired a driver. Bro, I don't drive at all. Like I'm like I got other nicer cars and I'm just like, yeah, like my one car I got a GT63 AMG. It's be sitting like
I had a bunch of cars too, man.
Yeah,
I just
really
realized
with the cars.
Yeah, I just realized like you just get used to them, and then really not driving is the flex. Like how you said, you go pick up your son or whatever. That's really like a part of my dream life that I created. I give back once a week. That's my mentorship, right? It's just giving back, teaching. And my real focus, like on a personal level, is to make my son's basketball games. Just to be like...
People don't realize how important the simple thing, like...
That's the gold. That's like, that's everything.
Yeah.
And it don't matter. It don't even matter win or lose.
Yeah.
He could score 40. He could score 0. I'd be so happy just being there chilling. It don't even matter. But that's how I'm there is what really matters.
People don't realize how important the simple things are, and you don't realize it until you can't do it.
Yeah.
Yo, I take my son to school every day, and it's just the most powerful thing in the world. Like people, I travel with like Atlanta and stuff all the time. They always ask me, like, why you always fly out Sunday night? I gotta drop him off to school Monday morning. Yeah, that's top priority. Like me staying here one extra night is not going to do more fulfillment than that. Like most of the stuff we get done, we network and we building all during the day. I can get on that flight at night. I'm getting on the 11 o'clock at flight and I'm back home. I might land at 2, 3 in the morning, but when he wakes up, I'm taking him to school.
That's what it's all about, bro. Yeah, I love watching that too, man. I love seeing you and him do what y'all do. And it's just, that's just like really, I'll be going hard to have freedom and flexibility, right? I like to run. I want to get up and run in the morning. That's like really like ideal to me. If I could go grab like a dope smoothie after, like I'm super happy. I'll be like, yo, right? 12 o'clock, I might still be sweating, or you know how you get a good workout, your body feels it later. I'll be super happy, bro. Yeah, you feel the workout still working for you 2 hours later. And just so you know, bro, my man right there can vouch. I was doing muscle ups not too long ago.
Oh, there we go.
Yo, can y'all vouch for me? Can y'all vouch for me? Cause Boone get it in. Boone gets it in. Yes or no? Yes or no? And I did dips after. Okay. So you know you do the muscle up. If you really right, you get a few dips up there, right? All right, cool. So yeah, bro, that's like ideal. Like that's when I'm at my happiest. When I get to just wake up, and I'm sorry, bro. When I get to just wake up and like get a good workout, eat right, because I know that's like the longevity piece, and then spend time with like family. That's everything to me. Yeah, bro. All right, so the final piece, man. I've been going crazy in Birmingham, right? This last article that we're going to pull up, like the last headline, from a housing perspective, right? Birmingham Housing Authority was to receive $53 million for Section 8 expansion. You got Section 8 as part of your portfolio, right? I think it's necessary in D or C class neighborhoods. But Birmingham, there's such a cash infusion going on. There's so much gentrification. It's such a change going on that I'm like way ahead of the curve of I would say our people. Everybody else, all the developers, the Developer Summit had all the other ethnicities there, all the developments that's going on, like the amphitheater, the expansion of Section 8, right? The build out is really not as much of us as I would like to see. So with that, I launched this conference that I'm doing. 500 people, and I just threw 500 out there, right? I didn't know.
We just be throwing numbers out.
We just be trying. Like, I just wanted to see if I could do it, right? If I could fill a room with 500 people to pay and fly in and secure childcare and everything else. So I put this conference together. It's called Let's Build Birmingham, where I'm teaching 500 people how to pick, purchase, profit, and protect through a trust, through my trust attorney, their first investment property in Birmingham.
I like that.
It's all going to be focused on building, because development is like the final stage. I want you to just give me a call the second you realize how easy building is, right? It's such a quick, simple system and process. It go like site clearing, foundation, framing, the blackout phase, electric, plant, like it goes so fast, right? So I want other people, because I've never been taught how to develop. No one taught me how to build. No one, there's not a bunch of black developers saying, yo, this is how you make such and such, right? So I learned how to do it. And this is like my give back conference right here, where I want to teach 500 people how to develop from the ground up.
I like that.
February 21st to the 22nd, we are going to have a networking event, because, you know, when the energy, when you get so many people together, it could get out of hand and kind of crazy. So Friday, we're going to have a networking event. We're going to have a mixer where I'm going to introduce people to the lender, to the architect, to the contractors. And then Saturday, we're going to teach. We're going to learn all day, masterclass, and then late Saturday or Saturday afternoon, I'm going to take them to a tour to probably 2 or 3 properties. And I'm going to let people see how, the same way how you be having people on your property, like inside, really seeing and feeling, because I want our people to know, like, we could develop.
Right.
We could build. We don't have to just fix and flip. We don't got to be stuck in the landlord trap. We don't got to be stuck in, like, going back and forth to court. Like, there's a better side to real estate.
Definitely. It definitely is. And I like what you're doing, because people only think of, like I said in the beginning, people only think there's one way in real estate. There's multiple different lanes. Like, there's developing, there's being a landlord, there's flipping properties, there's wholesaling, there's so many different lanes. So the quicker people realize that, I think the quicker we're going to have a conversion of people actually getting into real estate. It's
going to be a wave, man. I think, so the name of the conference is Let's Build Birmingham, which is like an all-inclusive effort for us, our people, to actually take over the city, make it ours, and then we could start to get some of that gentrification money for the first time in my history, to really see, like, yo, we're gentrifying our own city along with everybody else. Like bro. So I want to invite you, man. You think you'd be able to make it down? That would be dope. So for people that don't know, Birmingham is just a 2-hour drive from Atlanta. It's that close.
Oh, shit.
And it's central, so you get an hour back.
Right.
So you leave at 3, you there at 4, even though it's a 2-hour drive.
I like that.
Yeah, so it's local and it's touchable. It's tangible. It's like something that we as a people can do to really advance our future generations.
Gotcha. I like that.
Appreciate it, man. So look, hey guys, that wraps up this episode of the Real Estate Newsroom with Charles Noonan. DS Boone, tell them how to reach you, and tell them what else you got going on.
Yeah, so you can reach me on Instagram, DSBOONE. We drop in game all the time. Literally every single day we drop in 60, 90-second clips of how you can do this. And the one thing I pride myself in is I'm not trying to do all the theatrics, dance, and do all this stuff on Instagram. Hey, look, this is what happened to me today. This is the bad thing happened to me, or this is how you can make money, so that way you can learn what not to do so you don't make the same mistake, or you can learn how to do it so you can actually make the same profits or more that I just made. On top of that, I pride myself having weekly free classes. You guys can go to fundedandclosed.com. And the reason why we do these free classes is because I understand it was a free class that started me and got me to where I'm at today. But also, too, bro, I'm building. My whole goal is to build soldiers. People, when I say soldiers, what do you mean? Like, I literally put up a property that I was doing I'm doing a flip on, and I literally posted and I said, yo, listen, inside, once you join the class, you get access to this community. I literally posted like, yo, I got this deal, who want to jump on it? People was jumping, like, I'm building soldiers. People are like, oh, I made X amount of money from your free class. I'm ready to get into investing.
Right.
But that makes it easier for me because now I'm got partners. Okay, now I don't have to come up with all the money. Right. Or now I might be able to sell you a house. So I'm building an ecosystem of soldiers that learn the game for me for free. And then now they're ready. So when I do have opportunities, they can jump on it. So that's my whole thing with and why I love doing the free classes for the front end. Being able to teach people the same stuff that changed my life, but on the back end, because now I can partner with some of you guys or sell you guys a house. Mm-hmm. I have people I taught how to wholesale that sold me house, and I bought a house off of them. Yeah. So we got a whole little
I love it, man. Going on. Yo, bro, it don't surprise me that you got the killer system, right? Like you just described the ecosystem of like group economics. Yeah. Like from a free class, you can get access to you, you get access to wholesaling, how to like just make money, and that's what it's all about, bro. So I appreciate you stopping by. I can't wait till Let's Build Birmingham. Yo, stay blessed, man, and I'm always like rooting for you. Likewise, and like love everything you do. So keep going.
Thank you.
All right, bet. That wraps up the episode, The Real Estate Newsroom. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment on this episode. Thank you.